All right, let's talk about leg day. If you're just starting out at the gym, I know it can feel, well, a little intense. But building strong legs, especially your quads, is literally the foundation for everything else. So today, we're going to break it all down, step by step, into a super safe and effective guide made just for you. You walk in, you see the squat racks, all the machines, and you're just kind of thinking, where do I even begin? Trust me, we have all been there. It's totally normal to feel a bit lost when you're facing what's probably the most challenging workout of the week.
But hey, that's exactly why we're here. My promise to you is to give you a clear, simple blueprint. We're going to build your confidence right alongside your quads, focusing on perfect technique and slow, controlled movements to make sure you get strong and, most importantly, stay safe. Right? Let's get into it. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the most important and, honestly, the most skipped part of a workout, the warm-up. Then we'll dive deep into 5 key exercises. After that, we'll answer the big question. How much should you actually be doing? We'll cover the common mistakes to look out for. And then we'll wrap it all up with a proper cool down.
Okay, first things first. Before you even look at a weight, you have to get your body prepped and ready for what's about to happen. And this isn't optional, it's absolutely essential for a good and safe workout. So why is this such a big deal? Well, a good warm-up literally warms your body up, pumping more blood and oxygen to your muscles. It also gets this stuff called synovial fluid moving in your joints. Think of it like oil for your body's hinges. And maybe most importantly, it wakes up your nervous system, getting that brain-to-muscle connection ready to fire on all cylinders. And look, a great warm-up doesn't have to be complicated at all. Just start with about 5 minutes of light cardio, like walking on the treadmill to get your heart rate up. Then, a few dynamic movements. Standing marches are awesome for opening up your hips. And glute bridges, they're perfect for waking up your glutes and your core, which you're gonna need to keep you stable during the workout. All right, our bodies are prepped, we're feeling good. Now it's time for the main event. We are going to focus on 5 key exercises that will build a rock-solid foundation for your quads and your overall leg strength.
First up is the goblet squat. I absolutely love this exercise for beginners. Why? Because holding a weight right at your chest acts as a counterbalance. It just naturally helps you keep your torso upright and learn that proper squat movement without having to worry about a heavy bar on your back.
Okay, let's walk through it. Grab a dumbbell, hold it vertically against your chest with both hands. Before you move, brace your core, like you're about to get poked in the stomach. Now, lower down slowly and with control. Think about sitting back into a chair, not just down. Go until your thighs are roughly parallel to the floor, then drive all the way back up, pushing through your entire foot. Now, this right here is a game changer. A huge mistake people make is letting their hips shoot up first when they stand up. That puts a ton of unnecessary stress on your lower back. By making sure your chest and your hips rise at the exact same time, you keep all the work in your legs where it belongs. All right, next on the list is the reverse lunge. This is what we call a unilateral move, which just means we're working one leg at a time. This is fantastic for your balance and for making sure one leg isn't secretly doing all the work, which helps prevent injuries down the road. The key here is all about control. From a standing position, take a big step straight back. Now imagine your feet are on 2 separate railroad tracks. Don't let them cross over. Lower your body straight down until that back knee is just hovering over the floor. You're looking for a nice 90-degree angle in both knees. Then powerfully push off that front foot to come back to the start. And here's why that railroad track idea is so important. If you step back and cross your foot behind your body, you're essentially trying to lunge on a tightrope. It completely wrecks your balance and can put some really funky pressure on your front knee. So keep those feet in their own lanes. Okay, time to move over to a machine, the leg press. Now, machines can be your best friend when you're starting out because they guide the movement for you. This lets you focus purely on pushing the weight and building raw strength in your quads and glutes without stressing about balance. First, make sure the machine is set up for you. Your entire back should be flat against the pad. Place your feet flat on the platform, about shoulder width apart. Push the weight away smoothly, but the most important part, the return trip. Control the weight all the way back down. Don't just let it crash. Okay, please listen to this one. This is a non-negotiable safety rule. Pushing until your knees lock completely straight takes all the tension off the muscle and puts it directly on your knee joint. That's a huge injury risk. Always stop just short of locking out. Keep a little soft bend in your knees to protect them.
And our final strength move is the leg extension. After all those big compound movements, this is what we call an isolation exercise. It has one job and one job only: to hammer your quads. This is amazing for building that mind-muscle connection and really feeling those muscles fire.
Once again, setup is everything. Make sure the machine's pivot point lines up right with your knee joint. As you lift, don't just kick. Think about squeezing your quad muscles to straighten your leg. Get to the top, give those quads a hard squeeze for a full second, and then lower the weight back down even slower than you lifted it. This is so true for isolation exercises. The whole point is to make the muscle do 100% of the work. If you find yourself rocking your body or having to kick the weight up, you're just cheating yourself. Drop the weight and focus on that slow, deliberate muscle contraction. Okay, so we know the exercises to do, but now for the million-dollar question every beginner has. How many times do I actually do them? Let's clear up the lingo and give you a simple starting point. It's super simple. A rep is just doing the exercise one time. A set is a group of those reps. So if you do 10 squats in a row, you've done one set of 10 reps. Then you take a little break and you go again for your next set. Easy. For you, starting out, the sweet spot is going to be somewhere in the 10 to 15 rep range. This is high enough to really learn the movement and get a good burn, but not so heavy that your form starts to fall apart. The goal is to pick a weight where those last 2 or 3 reps are tough, but still doable with perfect form. And how many sets should you do? 3. 3 is the perfect place to start. 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps for each exercise is enough work to tell your muscles it's time to grow without completely wiping you out for days. So, we have our plan. Now, let's talk about what not to do. Honestly, avoiding these common mistakes is just as important as doing the exercises correctly. This is all about training smart and staying injury-free.
These are the big 3. First, going too fast. Remember, slow and controlled wins the race. The lowering part of the lift is just as important as the lifting part. Second, letting your heels come up. This throws your balance off and puts a ton of stress on your knees. Keep your feet glued down. And finally, eagle lifting. Technique will always be more important than the amount of weight you're lifting. Master the move first.
And you did it. The workout is done. But don't just pack up your bag and bolt for the door. Just like the warm-up is crucial to start, the cool-down is how we finish the job properly and kickstart the recovery process.
Your cool-down is the easy part. Just hop back on a bike or treadmill for a slow 5-minute walk to let your heart rate come down nice and easy. Then do some gentle static stretching for the muscles you just worked. A classic quad stretch and a hamstring stretch are perfect. Hold each one for about 30 seconds. No bouncing, just a light, comfortable stretch. I really want you to let this one sink in. Real, lasting progress doesn't come from one crazy, heroic workout. It comes from consistency. It's about showing up, focusing on great form, and then doing it all over again next week. That's how you build real strength. So there you have it, the complete blueprint for your first quad-focused leg day. You know what to do, you know how to do it safely, and you know what mistakes to avoid. The only question left is, are you ready to take that first step and build your foundation?